What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is Zach Novak and this is Zach Novak Plays Games. Now in today's video I was actually going to do this, which is an entire breakdown of the entire reveal livestream. However, I did actually change my mind. If you guys do want to see that video, I will go through, edit that, do all that stuff and upload it for you guys to actually watch. Let me know, do you want to see it? Do you not want to see it? Alrighty, so I just want to show off this thing right here, which is the emote wheel. I am seriously freaking hyped for this DLC, simply for this fact. This is going to be honestly amazing. Having 4 exotic actual, emotes on, it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, do you guys want to see this video? Do you guys want me to upload it, edit it, do all that stuff? Let me know in the comment section. But what we are going to talk about today is the entire breakdown, I guess, of the live stream, except pretty much from GameSpot actual, article, which I do honestly say is a pretty good article. We've also got Giggs' article here, which I honestly say what he does actually state is pretty amazing. Pause the video if you want to read on all that, because yeah, I really do agree on it. Certain things should only be available for certain players. But anyway, back to here. They do actually start off after a longer than expected wait. The first details about Destiny 2's section expansion, the Warmind, have been revealed. Warmind is set on Mars, but a different area we haven't been to before. The Hellas Basin features the planet's polar ice caps and is the birthplace of the Warmind Rasputin, who has awoken and is creating problems across the solar system, as evidenced by the space junk you'll see falling out of the sky, which the space junk also includes Hive and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. The Clover Spray Corporation plays a key part in the story, and you'll get to meet Anna Bray. Anyway, a Guardian who is featured in the prologue cinematic and serves as the vendor as your main point of contact in Mars's new area. And I will actually state that Anna Bray is honestly pretty freaking cool. Which, if you have not seen Anna Bray, this is actually her cinematic prologue trailer, which I did do a breakdown of before. If you want to check that video out, I will have it actually linked in a little thingy up there somewhere. I think it should be there, or it'll be actually at the end of the video. So click on that, check it out. It is actually pretty cool. I break down the entire trailer, this stuff here, which is Hive and all that, and her contact lenses, and this, which that should be and this, which should not be possible for a Guardian. And yeah, I'm just gonna say that right there, she's a bit of a cheater. Anyway, moving on, we do actually get to hear about the Escalation Protocol. One of the big focuses of the stream was the Escalation Protocol, a new sort of public event that can only be activated after you finish the campaign, which is actually something that's really freaking interesting, because there's one way you can't actually boost your level through the campaign in itself. Most likely you can do regular live events and stuff like that, but yeah, this won't actually be available until, again, the end of the campaign. They state that this event isn't on a schedule and should be started at any time, and it involves facing off against 7 waves of Hive enemies, each with various bosses. After the 3rd and 5th waves, reward chests will spawn in, but the real rewards come after finishing wave 7. The waves consist of a new boss with unique mechanics. There are a total of 5 bosses that can show up during this phase, and the game will rotate between 1 each week. So that in itself is it's kind of cool, because it means there's going to be actually, more actual content for us to actually play, which is pretty freaking awesome. Bungie said Escalation Protocol is meant as an endgame activity, hence again completing the campaign as a requirement. This addresses players' requests for something that is truly challenging and replayable. There are unique weapon rewards up for grabs, and some of these rewards and weapons are going to be really hard to get. Very low drop rates for some of them, along with a bunch of new armor to earn. You'll also be able to use special weapons during the course, including the returning Hive Sword, which is going to be amazing for a Sunsinger. Holy Jesus, I'm really hyped. That in itself was from the original D1, which being in D2 is just awesome. They also state there is also something called the Valkyrie, which is a spear. In itself, I actually predicted this and talked about it a while back when we actually saw the kind of features and stuff for Destiny 2 and bit of teasers. Back when we actually saw these images, I did actually state that there was going to be something that I honestly thought was, you know, a little bit standoffish. I was like, yeah, okay, the Warlock has a sword and can fly. That we already know because we've seen it. The Titan also has a shield. We do know that because, you know, we've seen the Titan with a shield. And then we saw the Hunter, and everyone was like, this is actually the Hunter's arc staff, if you will. I do not think it is an arc staff. That, my friends, definitely looks more like a spear, and as you can see, the little sparky red things coming off it definitely seems a lot like the Valkyrie. As you can see, it definitely looks almost identical. If we go back, see, we can see little sparky things coming off it. We go again, sparky things. Also, let me know in the comment section, is this actually some form of Siva? Is it going to be Siva related at all, or is it just one of those things where it just resembles things we've seen in the past? Not like Bungie is reusing things, but still. Also, quickly, if you guys didn't notice, this Titan actually has a spear. This does not look like the Valkyrie spear at all. Is this a new form of weapon in Destiny 2? Potentially we have spears. Is that actually something? If it is, I'm really hyped, and I'm really looking forward to this. But moving on back to what we actually were reading, the Crucible. Now, the Crucible is having some big changes. They do state that on the Crucible side, Bungie detailed the 2 new types of player rankings. Valor is a system of progression that goes up when you complete matches and has no loss penalties. Glory, however, is only available in the competitive playlist and is tied to your wins and losses. You'll gain ranks when you win and lose progress when you come up short or lose. There's also a streaking aspect that accelerates your gains or losses as you win or lose consecutive matches. So win 2 matches most likely and have a buff that allows you to win the 3rd match. You get bonus, you know, XP towards your level up or ranking system. However, if you lose twice, then it's probably twice as much that you did lose, which can kinda suck. They do also state, however, that Crucible rewards are also handled differently. Once Season 3 begins with the release of Update 1.2.0, you can go to Shaxx for a free reward package. And in this, through him, you can see all of the available rewards and how to earn them. Which I do have to say is kind of pretty cool because, you know, some people out there probably don't actually know how to get certain weapons through this actual rank up system, or they're just trying to keep themselves, you know, surprised for when it does come. Anyway, they do also state some will be earned by reaching certain ranks, while others will also require completing certain objectives in the Crucible. There's also a prestige style mechanic where you can reset your Valor rank when you hit the max level in exchange for rewards. There's no limit to the number of times this can be done, and the number of resets will be tracked on a corresponding emblem. Bungie also previewed private matches, which will work much like you expected, as well as some of the exotic weapon changes being made, which I did a video about that too. There'll be a link annotation thing up there. I don't know how to click, you know, with things while I'm in a webcam box. Anyway, if it's not there, maybe it'll be at the end of the video, or check the description. It'll be somewhere because you can surely check it out. Anyway, they also did state that the overall goal is to make these weapons, which I did do the video about, more useful and distinct without altering what is meant to make them unique, such as their exotic abilities. What is not shown but mentioned is there is a new raid lair, the final one for the Leviathan, called Spire of Stars, which is right up the top of the actual ship. I'm pretty sure after you beat Robot Callus, there is kind of an area that goes further up most likely, and up the top there you'll be closer to the stars and fight the final boss, which, yeah, does sound pretty cool. And finally, finishing off with what GameSpot said, following the release of the first DLC, Curse of Osiris, back in December, Warmind is due out on May 8th, which there is new exotics I'll do a video about a little bit later. Probably after this I'll do that video, but yeah, they're also stating that later in the summer, Season 3 will also bring bounties, a seasonal event, improvements to faction rally events, and changes to exotic armor sandbox. Season 4 is scheduled for launch in September and consists of weapon slot changes, gear collections, and more, which I'm really hyped for that. But just this DLC in itself, it looks pretty awesome. And just quickly jumping over to what PC Gamer did state, they say the bouncing rounds of Hard Light, for instance, will now do double damage with each ricochet. You obviously won't want to be stuck in a hallway when someone actually starts spraying this thing around. A skilled player could aim it also in front of a bunch of enemies instead of directly at them, bouncing the shots off the floor to earn bonus damage, which that in itself is a good idea. Tricky but hugely effective if you can make it work. Strum in itself is also getting a big boost with the increased ammo capacity from 12 rounds to 20 and the bonus damage applied to the bonus rounds. And the Crimson, the hand cannon that is sexy and useless, has been actually tuned and is now put into par with the aggressive hand cannon archetypes. Exotic weapons will also bring upgrades. With the catalysts, a new slot for exotics can be filled by completing various quests. The Huckleberry Catalyst, for instance, as seen in the More Console video, which shout out to More Console, he is pretty freaking awesome. It is available through Nightfalls and will unlock special bonus perks when applied. It kind of sounds like how they talked about Masterworks and stuff like that, except it's not Masterworks. However, although it is not clear whether Catalyst weapons generate orbs of light like Masterworks do, we're kind of, hoping they do. And quickly jumping back to Sony Vegas, this is what I'm going to do for probably the next couple of hours, go through and actually edit this video, and then I also have this video. If you guys do want to actually see, it is pretty much edited all together. All I will be doing is kind of just doing this, the face cam in the background, having you guys kind of see me talk about it. Let me know if you guys do want to see that stuff in the comment section. But until next time, this has been Zach Novak, do all that good stuff, and I'll be Sheeran like Karen if he was Ed Sheeran. But until next time, this is Zach Novak signing off. Hit my mic. Peace out.